Hello, my friends. Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And what I have for you today is my first in my new series of collection videos. And what I'm going to show you today are my Digibooks. And going forward, I know it's Saturday today, but going forward, every Friday, I will post a collection video. Next Friday, I am going to start getting into the Criterion collection because I want to get us ready for the hopefully 50% off sale that we hope is coming to Barnes & Noble in July. So it's a good time to start talking Criterion. And quick little note, channel business, tomorrow, the 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to have our first live stream here on the channel, and my guest is my friend Cinema Dave, and I think you guys are really going to like him. If you don't know Dave, definitely come over, check him out. He's got great film knowledge, and he and I always have such a good time when we live stream together. So if you can, check it out. If you can't catch us live, then definitely check it on the replay. I'll post it on the channel after I upload it. But I'm just going to get right into it with the Digibooks, and I'm going to keep my commentary brief because this could end up being a very long video if not. So we're just going to get right into it with the first one, and that is 300. I absolutely love this Digibook. I love the embossed helmet. Great image on the front. Awesome image on the back. And the thing I love about the Digibooks is they just show so much. They show information. They do articles about the director, the actors. They show great stills from the film. There's so much information in most of these and awesome imagery. And I really miss these because they've gone to the galley book or gallery book style, and they just don't make these anymore. And I really miss it because this was probably my favorite format for as far as like special editions and things like that. I love Digibooks, and I really miss this old school style. So too bad we don't have them. Who knows? Maybe they'll bring them back, but I'm not looking so good. And this next one is a classic, Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, All the President's Men. Now, we did get Clute and the Parallax View, which is part of this trilogy. We did get them on Criterion, so I'm hopeful that All the President's Men will also be coming to Criterion in the near future. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And one thing, you'll hear me say it probably a few more times, I do not like this Blu-ray strip that they insist on putting across the front of most of these, because some of these covers are so beautiful, and I feel like they just ruin it with those Blu-ray strip branding across the front. We know it's a Blu-ray. We don't need the strip, but it has some great information, great timeline, great articles. This is a really nice Digibook. And this next one, this is one of the DC lenticulars that Target used to sell, and this is Aquaman. And I know this movie gets a ton of hate, but I saw it in the movie theater on the big screen. I thought it looked nice, and I didn't think it was horrible. I mean, I know a lot of people really didn't like it, but I thought it was fine for what it was. You know, it's a popcorn movie. It's not going to be on the level of Marvel, but I thought it was really good, and I enjoyed it for what it was. So happy to have the lenticular Digibook of this, and I think they stopped at Shazam as far as the DC lenticulars, so I was kind of bummed out to see them go. And this next one is the Michael Keaton Batman with Jack Nicholson and Kim Basinger, however you say that, Batman. And then that iconic scene on the back. Tell me in the comments, who is your favorite Joker? I'm going to keep mine a secret until I read some of the comments. And then this one, I don't even know how many copies of this film I have. I'm almost afraid to check. It's the Big Lebowski. I mean, come on. Super, super iconic film and great. Jeff Bridges is just so great as the dude. The dude abides, and there's the rug. It really ties the room together, don't you think? And it's so much fun. It has a little icons and a little timeline, but yeah, really good stuff. And these are just, like I said, they're so much fun. And I could make this video 2 hours long just talking about the guts of each one of these, but I'm not gonna make you guys suffer through that. And this next one, this is the only 4K Digibook that I have. It comes in a slip box. It is the bridge on the River Kwai. If you haven't seen it, really good classic war movie. Great stuff. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. You have your information, written information and pictures on the front, and then you have the snap page on the back that holds the 4K, and then you have the Blu-ray here, and I believe you have some lobby cards there in the back. So I'm going to grab my next pile and we're going to keep this rolling. Okay, and moving on, we have The Color Purple. And this is not one that I see in a lot of people's collections, but it's such a great movie. This is one that I've watched over and over, and I am not always the biggest Whoopi Goldberg fan. I like old Whoopi Goldberg, but new Whoopi Goldberg is just sometimes, ooh, sometimes she's just a little bit much. But she was fantastic in this movie, I thought. And and Danny Glover, Oprah Winfrey. I mean, everything about this is it's just so good. It was such a great movie, adaptation of a novel, of course. And I believe Oprah Winfrey did put it on Broadway for a bit as a play. So Color Purple, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Well worth the time. And this next one, this was actually a gift to my collection from Kimberly Ashcraft. If you don't know Kimberly, I'm going to link her down in the description. Check her out. She's got a cool collection. She does a nice channel with her dad, and they kind of share their collections and their pickups and whatnot and their thoughts on movies. But she knew I was a fan of this, and when she told me her Best Buy had the Digibook, and I was kind of jealous that we didn't get it at mine. So she was kind enough to pick this up and send it to me. And I just really appreciated it. So thank you once again, Kimberly, for sending me The Dark Crystal on Digibook. And this next one is another DC lenticular. It is The Dark Knight Rises. Now, the outside of this is far better than the inside because really on the inside, it's just really mostly comics. I think I got this for like $10 on eBay. Somebody was selling it. And I really just wanted it for the collection because I just really, really like these lenticular Digibooks. And this is a classic Steven Spielberg and a very, very young Christian Bale, The Empire of the Sun. Wonderful, wonderful movie. If you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. And there's a picture in here. Here it is. Look at that. Look how young he is. Just a little boy. What a future he had ahead of him. But yeah, really great movie and a really fantastic digibook. So I'm happy to have that. And oh, here we go. Ooh, The Exorcist. If you've been around the channel, you know I love this movie, but it scares the life out of me. But this is a beautiful digibook for a really great, fantastic horror movie. And look, I mean, come on. Look at this stuff. This is crazy. And I love this scene. Such an iconic scene from the movie. But yeah, they have great information. And Leap of Faith is a new documentary out about the making of The Exorcist. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check that out. I'm going to do a full review on it, but I did show it in a haul. But yeah, Leap of Faith is really, really good. And Michael Douglas in Falling Down. This is the ultimate snapped movie. When you push a guy too far on the wrong day, this is what happens. But yeah, Falling Down is a fantastic movie. And again, you can always pick it up on Blu-ray just because the Digibooks aren't available. Grab the Blu-ray, but definitely give this one a look if you haven't seen it. And this next one, it's a favorite, always, Full Metal Jacket. And it just recently got a 4K release, really nice 4K release. Love that imagery right there. Perfect shot from the movie. And there's so many great stills and in so many articles, trivia articles, stills from the movie, making of, interviews with the actors. It's just a really, really nice digibook. And yeah, they just don't make them like this anymore. So that's Full Metal Jacket. And moving on, another favorite of mine is Goodfellas. And believe it or not, I found this in Costco of all places. I know people are shocked when I tell them that, but I love this digibook. And it's just one of my favorite movies. And I love that they talk about all the actors and they show the stills. So many great shots from the movie. But yeah, this was a Costco find. So that's Goodfellas. And another fantastic movie, Sidney Poitier, Katharine Hepburn, and Spencer Tracy in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Now, there is a remake of this with Ashton Kutcher, but this is my go-to. This is the one I prefer. And this is just a really, really fantastic movie. So if you haven't seen Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, definitely give it a look. And another great war movie, Gettysburg, starring Tom Berenger, Martin Sheen, and Jeff Daniels. Really good stuff. Great scene right there. And if you're in the New Jersey or Pennsylvania area, if you're nearby, The tour of the Gettysburg battlefield is awesome. It's a fantastic weekend getaway. They have an audio tour you can take in the car, and there's also a visitor center, which I believe is free to the public, and they have so much great information, and you'll definitely see the movie through different eyes after having visited. So yeah, Gettysburg the movie, and take a trip for the weekend. It's fun. Ghostbusters 1 and 2, which I pretty much bought for Ghostbusters 1. Not the biggest fan of 2. It's okay. But, you know, same thing, images, writing, they're all pretty much the same, but just, so nice. I love them all. And now this next one comes with, this is when they were starting to get to the galley or gallery books, and it comes with a slip for The Greatest Showman. And this is the front cover, very plain, as is the back. And pretty much there's not a lot of writing. It's just all pictures. So this is kind of when I started to drift off a little bit from collecting them. But that's The Greatest Showman. It was a good movie. It surprised me. Next one. Love this one. It is Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason in The Hustler. So good. And then you have that. Okay, so I'm going to grab my last few piles and we're going to wrap this one up. Okay, and moving right along, we have the one and only digibook that we got for the Hobbit series, An Unexpected Journey. And this is such a beautiful digibook. I wish they had done one for each of the films, but they didn't. So nice. There's so much information. It's chock full of fun goodies and little snippets about the movie, pictures. And it's a 3-disc collection. But yeah, I really like this digibook, and I wish they had done one for the other 2 films, but they did not. And now we have a trilogy, the James Dean trilogy. First we have East of Eden. And we have Rebel Without a Cause. I mean, come on, look at that. Love James Dean, and I love this trilogy. So good. Just, and of course, Giant with Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson. Such a great movie. They're all great movies. Tell me your favorite James Dean movie. Look at and this one has a bit more information. Great stills, great shots from the film. And again, this one's a 3-disc collection. So really, really happy to have that in the collection. And now this one. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. There you go. Jaws. I know, I'm corny. Anyway, Jaws. And this one, of course, is long out of print. This is another one I found in Costco. My mom actually found it in Costco for me. You have this information, movie information on the back. Now, here's the thing. This is the guts of the digibook with the articles, posters from around the world, information about the shark, information about the filming. This right here, this book right here, is also included in the lenticular 4K version of the movie. So if you have the new 4K lenticular box set, you have the digibook. You just don't have the cover, but you have the same digibook that's included in this. So rest assured, you have the same thing. And this next one, this one just got new life breathed into it by the Zack Snyder cut, but this is the original Justice League, and it's another one of the DC lenticulars. So that's really nice. And I have not watched the Snyder cut yet. I know, movie faux pas, but I'll get to it. And this is a cool looking one. But yeah, I'll get around to watching the Snyder cut because I hear really good things, and why not? And I have one Disney one here. I have the Lion King. Love the Lion King. I mean, who doesn't love the Lion King? So we have that one. And then I have this one. Ugh, I should have taken this out of the slipcover before I started. It's tough to get out. Anyway, it's Logan. Look at me pulling. Here we go. All right, got it out. Sorry about that. So we have Logan. This is the slipcover. And then the book is totally black. And it's mostly, we have the disc, and I don't like the way they took away the snap-in thing here, because the disc doesn't stay in very well. But this is mostly just pictures. It's really a gallery book, whatever. But it has cool pictures. That's a nice picture. And I believe this came with the Logan Noir, which is the black and white version of the film. I'm not sure where it is. I thought it was right in the book, but I'll have to take a look and let you know. But that's my last one in this stack. And yeah, I love the movie Logan. So happy to have that in the collection. I will grab a few more and on we go. Okay, and moving on, I just want to backtrack a minute and let you know that I did find the Logan Noir. It was in the Digibook and I must have just dropped it out or not even, oh, I think it was flipped over so I didn't know what it was. But this is the black and white version of the film and yes, it is included in the Digibook. So in this pile, we start out with Denzel Washington in Malcolm X. Amazing, amazing performance by Denzel, and this is just a hard-hitting story, hard-hitting movie, tough topic, really, really good stuff. So if you have not seen Malcolm X, like I always say, what are you doing with your life? Go see this. Next one is the original Matrix. It's got that very cool, like, foily front to it. So, The Matrix. And this is a great movie. If you haven't seen this one, highly recommend it. Midnight Express. It is based on a true story. It is about an American college student who's caught trying to move drugs, and he is thrown in a Turkish prison. This is another, like I said, another hard-hitting movie. And this narrative that goes through the whole book is basically the making of, it goes through the whole making of process. But this is a really great movie and a spectacular addition. So I'm very happy to have that one. And this next one is a classic. It's Jean Arthur and Jimmy Stewart in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. So there's that. Another classic, it's Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. And fun fact about this film is that there is a scene that takes place on Mount Rushmore, and they were not allowed to do it on the actual monument because it was during the commission of a crime, and you're not allowed to depict, at the time you weren't allowed to depict any crimes being committed on national monuments. So they actually had to make an entire replica of the monument just for the filming of the movie. And I'm not sure if they show pictures of the replica in here, but it was pretty convincing. But anyway, just a fun bit of movie trivia for those of you who want to have some fun facts, and you can maybe win a trivia contest or something. Feel free to use it as you wish. But yeah, that's my fun fact about North by Northwest, and awesome movie as well. The next one, Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Fantastic movie. Not much I can say about this one that hasn't already been said. It's absolutely a classic. Another fantastic film, Out of Africa, Meryl Streep and Robert Redford. Just a beautiful, beautiful movie. And it, 7 Academy Awards it was nominated for. But yeah, just a gorgeous, gorgeous movie. And really, really nice digibook as well. Again, chock full of information. Clint Eastwood. The Outlaw Josie Wales. I love his performance in this one. I'm a big Clint Eastwood fan. My dad got me into Clint Eastwood. He's into all the Westerns. And another fantastic war film, Patton, with George C. Scott. Definitely one that's worth a look. There's a steelbook of this that is still available on Amazon, but, you know, ordering steelbooks on Amazon, you're taking your chances with that. But again, this is a really, really nice digibook with lots of information, great stills from the movie, but really, really great movie if you haven't seen it. And we have another horror entry here. We have Poltergeist. I don't have many horror digibooks. I was never really able to find any, but when I did find them, I did pick them up. So Poltergeist is here. And this one of my favorite movies of all time, Rocky, the original. And this is the only Rocky movie that I have on Digibook, but I'm just so happy to have this one. It's iconic, it's where it all started, and it's just fantastic. So that's the end of this pile, and I'm going to grab the last one, and we're going to wrap this video up today. Okay, I have my last stack here, and we're going to wrap it up. This first one, here we go. Secret Life of Walter Mitty with Ben Stiller. I really enjoyed this one. It's pretty plain. Again, this one's more like a galley book or gallery book, whatever they call it. They have all scenes from Life magazine, and if you've seen the movie, you'll understand the relevance of those. But if you haven't seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, give it a look. It's a fun movie. And of course, we have 7, love this movie. We're not going to talk about the person who shall not be mentioned, but still, this is such a great movie. Great performances by Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. Just so good. Yeah, so that's 7. And this is a newer one, 16 Candles. I was kind of surprised they put this one out. It was just, I think last year they put it out, but it's a nice looking, nice colorful steelbook. I grabbed it at Target. It, you know, it's on the thin side, but it has some good information and some good pictures, and it's a fun film. So I was happy to be able to just add another Digibook to the collection. And this one too, this was within the last year or so, Sleepy Hollow. I really enjoy this one. Johnny Depp's fantastic in it. But it's again, it's on the thinner and more flimsy side. It's not as heavy duty as the classic steelbooks, but still nice to have. And then these are fun. These are the Spider-Man. This is the first Spider-Man, the trilogy. And we have information on the films in the front, and then it's a little different. We have the discs are housed in these slider pages, which I'm not really a fan of that, but it's a nice looking Digibook. So there's parts 1, 2, and 3, and then we have the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. We have those two, and it's the same thing. You have the writing and pictures in the front, and then you have your discs in the page sleeves. So that's that Spider-Man collection. And then I would venture to say this is the most unpopular DC film, possibly. But I love this Digibook, Suicide Squad. I just think that is such a cool looking lenticular. It's so much fun. I love the colors. But again, this was not well received. It was not very popular. And I think Birds of Prey was even less popular. But I don't know. These are all just fun popcorn movies to me. So I just enjoy them for what they are. They're not great, but they're not horrible. So, but I like the Digibook. It's a nice one. And then we have our last few here, and they're good ones. Classic To Kill a Mockingbird. I actually just watched this again for about the 10th time. One of my friends is a teacher, and they're reading this in class now. The kids are learning about it, so she asked if I had the movie. Of course I have the movie. To Kill a Mockingbird. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a look. And The Town. Again, why do we need that? This is such a nice look at that without it. With it? Without it. There it is, though. Ben Affleck looking very cool on the front. And I just love this movie. I think it's so great. I thought it was so well done. It was a great directorial effort from Ben Affleck. Great story about crime in the Boston area. Really, really good stuff. So if you haven't seen The Town, check it out. And this is another great historical film. Stars Lawrence Fishburne and is the true story of the Tuskegee Airmen. Awesome, awesome movie and a great bit of history. And if you like, you know, airplanes and aviation and all that, my grandfather and my uncles, my parents, everybody in my family, everybody but me, they all have their pilot's license. My grandfather was a military airman, and my uncle was a military airman, so I have a soft spot for anyone in aviation, anything about aviation, so, and this in particular. So give the Tuskegee Airmen a look if you haven't seen it. And this is a fun one. The Usual Suspects. We'll just cover him up right there. There you go. Look, he doesn't even exist. Back is plain, but great movie. And here we go. Fun. This is a fun fact, and it's trivia that's only relevant to me. This was my very first Digibook. Whatever happened to Baby Jane? The ultimate standoff between Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. So good. Love, love, love this Digibook. And I just love how the only accent is the red of Bette Davis's lipstick. And this is such a great, great movie. If you have not seen Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. You have to see it. It is so good. Betty Davis gives a chilling performance, and just so, so good. Two of Hollywood's ultimate icons right here. And I know there's talk of a feud, but I don't care. It's a great movie. And last but certainly not least, we have another DC lenticular, and that was the original Wonder Woman. So I thought this was fun. Again, you know, they're popcorn movies, but they're fun to add to the collection. And it has pictures, and we have some write-ups about the film, some little fun facts here and there. But that rounds out the collection. Wonder Woman is the last one I have. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my Digibook collections, and I look forward to showing you guys the rest of my collections. Like I said, we're going to do one a week. I'm going to post them on Fridays. I'll have other content up during the week. Don't forget that we have the first live stream this Sunday, the 13th. That's tomorrow, with Cinema Dave. So bring your questions. We can talk about anything you guys want. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching this. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me comments, recommendations, suggestions. Consider subscribing. Hit the bell notification so you know when I upload again. And I'm kind of winging it with this format. I know this is a little different setup than what I'm usually doing, but we're going to play around with it and see which format works the best for showing the collection. So again, I want to thank you guys as always for watching. Have a great rest of the weekend. And for now, that's a wrap.